Black holes are one of the most mysterious and awe-inspiring objects out there in the universe. Their existence has fascinated physicists and astronomers for decades. They may hold answers to some of astrology's greatest theories, ranging from the very nature of our universe to the possibility of a multiverse and beyond. Black holes have long been the things of science fiction, with many incredible movies and stories built around their foreboding yet intriguing existence. Despite these many stories and theories developed over the years, scientists have recently gathered much new information on black holes that is turning the scientific community on its head. But if there's one thing that people want to know when it comes to a black hole, what happens if you fall into one? Black holes are like the tombstones of massive stars or the center of galaxies, and scientists think that supermassive black holes formed at the same time as the galaxy they are in. They are, without question, some of the strangest places in the universe. Stars live a long time, but just like anything else, they don't live forever and slowly burn through the fuel that keeps them shining. When that runs out, one of three things happens. Depending on the mass of the star, they will either transform into a white dwarf, a neutron star, or a black hole. If the star is big enough, it will explode when it reaches the end of its life, going supernova, and cause the star to cave in on itself, decreasing it in size dramatically. The outer parts of the star are expelled violently into space, while the core completely collapses under its own weight. However, even though the star gets smaller, its mass stays the same, and the gravity around the star becomes so strong that if anything gets close enough to it, it will absorb everything around. This is the black hole we need for our experiment. Thanks to Einstein's theory of relativity, we know that nothing can escape a black hole, not even electromagnetic radiation such as light itself. The term black holes comes not from an astronomer's inability to see a black hole in space, but rather by observing what is called Hawking radiation, the emitted gamma-ray bursts discovered by the late great theoretical physicist and cosmologist Stephen Hawking. Using this technique, it allowed scientists to detect more black holes than ever before. But for the record, the first ever direct image of a black hole was just recently captured on April 10, 2019 by the Event Horizon Telescope. It imaged a supermassive black hole at the core of a supergiant elliptical galaxy, Messier 87, with a mass of 7 billion times the Sun. Since black holes have been discovered, imaginations have run wild concerning them, with theories ranging from the possibility of intergalactic travel, time travel, interdimensional travel, and even the possibility of the existence of a multiverse or alternate realities usually associated with them. But in recent years, these ideas have become less fantasy, and have even garnered support in the astrological community, as technological advances have uncovered new information about these stellar objects and their mysterious behavior. Not all black holes are created equal, though. The amount of energy released during the supernova determines the mass of the stellar remnants that cause the gravity that forms the black hole. For instance, when a star dies, it must leave behind a mass at least 3 times that of our Sun in order for a black hole to form. Supermassive black holes occur when the resulting stellar remnant is at least 1 million times the mass of our Sun. Black holes like this one may teach us more about the origins of the universe than our understanding of the laws of physics has done so far. Black holes are incredibly interesting objects that we could talk about forever. But you're here because you want to see what happens if you fall into a black hole. So, let's get to the good stuff. Journey into a black hole, from the first astronomers to witness these cosmic beasts, to films like Disney's The Black Hole and Christopher Nolan's Interstellar, humans have wondered what it would be like to enter a black hole. Spoiler alert. You will cease to exist. Not only will you experience a very strange, near-instantaneous transformation, but you will literally be disintegrated into a quantum state that may or may not be able to be reconstituted as matter inside the black hole itself, where the laws of physics do not apply. But enough about these stories and theories, because one thing is for sure. We do know that no matter can escape the overwhelming gravitational field of a black hole. If you were unlucky enough to encounter a black hole and get trapped in its gravitational field, you would experience quite a journey. Despite what our current computational limitations today can tell us, there is a possibility that one can survive a black hole and experience. And experiencing this awesome celestial behemoth would be quite a spectacle to behold. As you approach the end of the black hole, you will first notice your speed accelerating as you get closer to the event horizon, or the point of no return. The gravity inside the event horizon is so great that it distorts space-time as the black hole collapses under its own weight. However, what happens to you when falling into a black hole greatly depends on its size. Stellar black holes formed from collapsed stars have a steep gravitational pull, meaning that the force of gravity changes very rapidly as you move closer. They are much smaller and stretch around 20 to 100 miles across. Near a black hole roughly the size of the Earth, tidal forces would be magnified off the scale, and you would likely not get anywhere close to the perimeter or the event horizon of the black hole. The gravitational pull on your feet would be much stronger than your head, that you would look like toothpaste coming from a tube or a piece of spaghetti being stretched. For the record, it was British astrophysicist Sir Martin Rees who coined the term spaghettification, which is a good way to put it, as you would eventually become a stream of subatomic particles swirling into the black hole. And because your brain would disassociate into its constituent atoms almost instantly, you'd have little time to take in the scenery at the threshold of an Earth-sized black hole. But if you are dead set on making the journey into a black hole, the bigger the black hole, the less extreme its surface. For instance, if you had a black hole the size of our solar system, the tidal forces at the event horizon would not be quite as strong as our Earth-sized black hole. In this case, your body would keep its structural integrity. You would, however, experience the effects of curvature of space-time firsthand, as predicted by Einstein's general theory of relativity. As you fall into a black hole, you would approach the speed of light, and here is where things get interesting. The faster you move through space, the slower you move through time. And that makes things even more strange. As you fall, there are things that have been falling in front of you that have experienced an even greater time dilation than you have. If you were able to look forward toward the black hole, you would see every object that had fallen into the hole in the past. Looking backward as you were falling, you would be able to see everything that will ever fall into the black hole behind you. A good black hole to try this experiment would be our own Sagittarius A, the sleeping monster in the center of the Milky Way galaxy. That measures 27,340,332 miles in diameter, or 44 million kilometers. In fact, these giant supermassive black holes can be found at the center of all galaxies. Some of them can be enormous and stretch nearly 2 billion miles across. If you fell into one of these, you could live out the rest of your life falling forever before reaching the singularity. That is, until your life support ran out inside the singularity. As you continue deeper into the black hole beyond the event horizon, space continues to curve until you reach the point in space-time at the center of the black hole, to what is called the point at infinity, where space is infinitely curved. It is here that reality as we know it ceases to exist. To go into the singularity would be like entering a surreal void where space-time is warped into infinite possibilities, many of which have become popular with both the science fiction and astrology communities. For now, there are no definitive answers for what a trip down a black hole would be like, because we currently don't have the technology to figure it out. Astrologists and physicists are still not in agreement regarding the many theories of what lies beyond a black hole. There are those in the scientific community that believe it may be possible to make the journey into a supermassive black hole and survive what happens inside the singularity is anyone's guess, as the laws of physics of this universe simply do not apply here. Some think that time and space switch roles, while others feel that space-time as we understand it may not even exist. While many of these theories are seen as pure science fiction, some of them are being more seriously considered and accepted by astrophysicists, such as the string theory, which uses concepts from quantum mechanics and Einstein's theory of relativity and proposes the theoretical structure of quantum particles as one-dimensional strings interacting in space. Theories such as these try to help us explain the unknown, but the only way to truly know the answers would be to test those theories. What do you think? If you've ever wondered what it's like to fall into a black hole, now you know. While most people wouldn't want to take the plunge either accidentally or in the name of science and progress, there are those who dream of exploring the strange unknown that is inside of a black hole. Could it be that an infinite number of realities lie beyond the singularity? Or is there nothing? Perhaps that can only be answered in the hypothetical for now. But the more we learn about black holes, the more we will come to understand the nature of our universe and what possibilities lie beyond. Black holes will continue to intrigue us with all of their majesty and mystery, as these cosmic objects would reveal the secrets of the universe. While falling into a black hole isn't exactly a problem we need to worry about today, the thought of what happens if you fall into one is fascinating. We hope you enjoyed this video. What do you think? Would you volunteer to make a trip into a supermassive black hole? If you liked the video, then click on the shiny red subscribe button and turn on notifications. You'll be the first to know when. Thanks, watch video. See you next time.